Hi everyone, Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video. Here to oh, God, Jesus, what's wrong with my voice? Words today. Words are hard apparently. Oh, welcome back to my channel. Indigo Diamond here with another video. Here to talk about the latest episode of RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 4. Right. Before we get into the episode, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like the video, and tell me down below who are you rooting for. I don't know. There's quite a few good queens, and this was a good episode. Let's get into it. So, this episode was the Rusical, which feels weird because it's like first season they didn't do a Rusical, which is kind of fair because it's the first season, but at the same time it's like, but Americans have been doing Rusicals and it felt like a Rusical would have been fine. Season 2 they did a Rusical. Season 3 they didn't do a Rusical, and then season 4 they've done a Rusical. Now, I'm wondering if so they did one in season 2, and I think the reason they maybe didn't do one in season 3 was because of the whole COVID stuff. And then maybe with season 4 because it's kind of like relaxed a bit more since then. They were able to because they were able to get like someone in to come and help them with the choreo and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know. All I know is it feels weird that they didn't do one, did one, didn't do one, then they've done one again. But so this week's Rusical was Lairy Poppins, essentially Mary Poppins the Rusical, with a twist. Now, this week they had the reading challenge. God, I feel like this is like the least amount of jokes we've seen from each queen in a reading challenge. Maybe the rest just weren't funny. Pixie Polite wins the reading challenge, and as so, she gets to assign all the roles. Now, she tries to make the roles essentially as fair as she can. It's one of those things. There's always going to be unhappy people. What can you do? And this week, the winner of the challenge was Danny Beard. Completely agree. Danny Beard had the title role. Danny Beard did fantastically with the title role. And considering the the theme for the runway, I think was West End Wendy's or something like that, and essentially came out as Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors. It was an amazing runway. It just was Danny's night. Other standouts, Pixie did quite well. Pixie was essentially Dick Van Dyke's character, and their runway theme was Tracy Turnblad from Turnblad or Turnblad? I don't know. Tracy from Hairspray had a reveal from like her sort of like normal school wear into the dress that she wears for the final. You Can't Stop the Beat. Cheddar did quite well, although she was only safe. I still think she did well. She was a French cockroach maid or waitress, and she did Hedwig from Hedwig and the Angry Inch as her runway. Black Peppa was safe, was fine for me in the Rusical. The runway was really good. She did one of the lines from The Lion King. Only thing that irritated me ever so slightly, and it's a really, really small thing, it's just the headpiece she had wasn't facing like straight like she would be. It was like off to the side ever so slightly. Small thing, but really bugs me. Who else had a good runway? I don't know. Dakota had a good runway. She was in the bottom 2 this week, but Dakota did Fanny Bryce from Funny Girl. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Gorgeous. Now, the bottom 2 along... Oh, LaPhil had a really good runway. Did the King and I don't know the reference. It's not a musical or show I've seen, but was absolutely stunning. Just stones everywhere. Beautiful. Now, the bottom 2 were Dakota, Schiffer, and Baby. We had the lip sync. The lip sync was very good. They did a song from Six, the musical. And I like the fact that it was a musical episode with a musical runway, and then they did a lip sync song from a musical. I like the fact that it was all tied up in. It was literally start to finish a musical episode essentially. Brilliant. absolutely fantastic. I thought Baby was going to walk off during the lip sync. There was a point where the song says about going and Dakota walks off, and the entire like cast and everyone, you just kind of like felt this like, has she gone? What's happened? And then like a couple of seconds later it says no, and she appears behind the thing, and I was like, so there was like, for me, I was like, Baby was winning the lip sync. Dakota did that, and I was like, oh, okay, it could go either way at this point. I'm not sure who's going to win this. The lip sync ends, and I feel like maybe Baby was still gonna win the lip sync. But before Ru announces who's gonna stay, Baby chimes up and says that she wants to say, well, asks if she can say something. And she mentions the fact that she's really grateful for the opportunity, but she feels like she needs to go home to take care of herself. She'd been mentioned that she struggles with anxiety, and it had been really getting to her and everything. RuPaul says that she can understand that, she appreciates that, you know, this is what Baby needs to do. Hannah Waddingham, who was the guest judge, is one of my favourite guest judges at this point. She was so sweet and just really nice throughout the episode. During the critiques, she looked at Baby and she went, I want you to feel good about yourself, because I don't feel like you do right now. And like, it really opened up the opportunity for Baby to talk about like the issues that she'd been having up until then, and I just really appreciated how Hannah spoke to everyone. She was just so sweet and so lovely. And you know, but that interaction between Baby, Ru saying, you know, I appreciate that, you know, essentially you've got to do what's best for you. RuPaul then saying that she loved Baby, Baby saying that she loved her too, and then Baby going. I really appreciated this whole interaction, and for many reasons, many reasons. I suffer with anxiety. I'm pretty sure most people do at this point in the world. You know, it's very common. Obviously, there's varying levels of it. I appreciated the fact that Baby had this issue, but she waited, like, she still stuck through the entire episode. She didn't leave at any point, and I feel like, for me, maybe the reason Ru acted the way she did was because of the fact that Baby stuck through the entire episode. She didn't leave mid lip sync, she didn't leave before the lip sync started, she didn't leave partway through the episode. You know, she waited until the lip sync was finished. Ru's about to make the decision, and she goes, I need to leave. And I think it's almost like that mutual respect. It's like Baby was able to push herself through the episode right to the end, knowing that, well, probably knowing that she was going to leave at this point anyway. But because she stayed up until that point, maybe RuPaul was like, oh, okay, she's leaving, it's not what we wanted, but she's done all this, she's got all the way up to this section, and she's waited for the episode to essentially be over before she's left. Almost like a mutual respect sort of thing. I'm really sad to see Baby go. I would love to have seen how much further Baby could have gone. But I really appreciate the honesty of her situation, what she was feeling, and that she was like, I've tried my best, I just have to go. I've seen her mention on social media about the fact that, you know, she's seeing all these people saying that they hope she gets the confidence, and that's not what she has a problem with. And that's the thing. Confidence and anxiety work ever so slightly different. You can be very confident in what you do, but you can be extremely anxious about a certain situation, and that can take over. I hope that Baby gets to the point where she either doesn't feel anxious, which is very difficult, or she can at least manage that anxiety more, so she can, like, if she does want to do an All Stars or anything like that, she can come back and she can know that she'll be able to get as far as she could, sort of thing. But I think it was a very important thing that she shared. I'm very happy that she shared it, because I think there's a lot of people in the world that need to either hear that for themselves or have people around them hear it so maybe they understand what they're going through a bit more. So I really appreciated that. Thank you for sharing your struggles, baby. I'm sure I'm not the only one that appreciates it. Um, I'm sure you're doing much better now than you were, because she seemed so much lighter just as soon as she came out of the episode. You know, as soon as she walked off that stage, there was just such a noticeable difference. So I'm sure she's fine now. But yeah. So Dakota makes it through to the next episode, and next week is Snatch Game. Yeah. I have high expectations for Cheddar, Danny, and Pixie. I am nervous for Dakota. I'm also nervous for LaPhil, because yeah, it seems to have been a bit of a struggle. Like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Let me know down below, who are you rooting for? While you're down there, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you lovely people next time. Bye.